What's up, guys? This is the Board Game Roamer, and I am back with our next episode in the titanic struggle between Nugget and Tantrum and our not-so-good friend MARROW. So, at the end of the last episode, I asked for some suggestions, and my boy, Mr. Franz Perez, hopefully I said that correctly, had an excellent suggestion. So, the issue with this, and we're just going to get right into the gameplay. The issue with this is the first 3 rounds of battle. Any orc that's defeated is added to the bottom of the BQ. So basically, orcs are not going to be present. I mean, are not going to go away, right? They're going to constantly be there, which creates quite the conundrum, because if I kill them, they're just going to come back the next round, which is unfortunate. But probably the bigger conundrum is, I have to basically survive for 3 rounds, and then I can start killing them. So Franz's suggestion was as follows. Now, I actually already have the board set up this way, so let's go down to the battle cam and look at what his suggestion was. So his suggestion was, put Tantrum here, put Nugget here. Now, obviously, the most damaging threat that I have on the board is really everybody, because everybody has rating. And just as a reminder, what does rating do? Rating says this unit gains 1 extra attack die for every additional orc on the battle mat, which means that at this point I add 3 attack die to everybody's stat. So this would normally roll 1 is now rolling 4 attack dice. This it's rolling 3 is rolling 6. This one's rolling 5. This one's rolling 4. So the hits are going to be brutal. Okay? And there's not really any healing, which is not going to help this at all. Alright? So, the question is, what do I do? So, Franz suggested that I put Tantrum here. We attempt to get rid of this orc, just because, 1 less dice is 1 less dice for attack, right? And we'll hopefully get a chance to get rid of it before he gets to roll his defense dice. So, he would go, the big boy would go, he's going to move down here. Now, Tantrum's going to have to take that hit, okay? And it's going to hurt, unless I can get my Kobold skill up, okay? And then Purple goes, and he's going to move. Now, the fortunate thing is, in this instance, So here's the problem with that. If I get rid of this, and he's here, it's going to move right here. And it's going to attack. And it's got rage. So I actually... I may end up rolling the hardy die and the poison die. And I'll get 1 free defense dice because of my buckler. And that may be all he does, just to keep... Oh man, but that's going to be, when yellow goes, it's going to be 4. Well, he will attempt to whittle this one down. Then Nugget will, with the long blade, hopefully be able to finish it off, and maybe put the bolo, use the tinkered bolo, and drop it on, maybe the big guy for, a couple attack die or a couple defense dice. Get those off of there. Once the 3 rounds are over, if we can survive, we can do some serious damage, because Tantrum's going to be able to roll 3 attack die. He does have his backup plan, and if he can manage to maybe get some bones to get Axe Collector, he can do some serious damage on a turn if he lives. But that's going to be, that's going to be the tough part. And unfortunately, what I don't have is I don't have Rage 2.0. If I had to have Rage 2.0 and I could get him to Rage 2.0, which I probably should have taken that, then I could probably have it up at the end of 3 rounds to the point where I could execute that guy, just straight up murder him. He goes off the board just immediately. But I don't know. It is what it is. We'll see. This is definitely a tough battle, and I I didn't think about it. I saw this card because it's got this back, right, the blue back, come up, and I was like, is this gonna be? I should have used this skinning knife, I guess is what I'm saying. So at least Nugget would have been able to go first, and I had 3 uses of it. So at this point, it's kind of halfway through the game. I could start using it, but it is what it is. So that is the plan. Okay. So maybe Tantrum might. Oh, actually, Tantrum may just go ahead and try to kill him, because one thing about Tantrum is he does get the body count. So as he kills somebody, an enemy, he gets that body count, and that's basically free health. So that may definitely be something we need to consider. And I need to consider whether or not to use this Way of the Wild die, because that 5 is going to... I might want to use that on the big boy. Because honestly, if I used it on him and he got rid of rating and taunt, he'd just be a 3-2, which ain't great, but he wouldn't get the effect that all these other guys are getting. And I don't want to use it on something simple like this 1, or really this 2. Really, I need to use it on him. So that's the lay of the land. Okay. So let's go ahead and start. All right. So we're going to roll our attack. We got 4, so we're going to attack with 3 dice. Okay. So there's 3 attack dice. We got a 4 deck, so he is going to roll the Hardy. And because of our reinforced buckler, we get to add 1 defense dice, and it does not count towards our decks. Does not cost decks. So this 5th dice, this defense dice, is going to be free. Now, if it's defense, that's great. If it's a bone, that's okay too. So let's roll it and see what we get. Okay. Wow, actually we did pretty good. So, I have not manipulated these in any way. See if I can put it over here where you can see it. Alright. Well, you still can't see it great. So we have... Oh, gosh, those were 1s. So we have 3... I wish that base was just a little bit bigger. Would that help any if that was out of the way? Would that help? Do you see it any better? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, that'll work, because I can still push it down. Alright, so he went. So we've got 1 Hardy, 3 damage, and 2 defense. So there's no reason not to put the defense up here. And we might as well put the Hardy up here. Then we got 3 damage. So he's going to do 3 damage to this guy. Cool. So, what do we know? The good thing we do know is that guy, that orc, is definitely going to die next turn. So next up is the big boy. He moves up. He's got 2 defense dice, 3 attack dice, and then another 3 attack die because of the 3 other orcs. This is going to hurt like the dickens. Man, this is gonna hurt. Oh man, that hurts. Alright, so we got... Oh, this is not big enough. Oh shoot, what was that? Crap. I'm just gonna re-roll it in the interest of fairness. Alright, that's not gonna work. I was hoping that would work. Alright. So that's 3, 4, 5. That's 7 damage. 1 bone. Okay. So the bone means that he activates Taunt. And Taunt is adjacent opposing units must attack this unit. Adjacent opposing units must attack this unit. Place a taunt effect die on this unit until the start of its next turn. Okay, so we're going to place the correct die. The correct die here. So he's going to have to attack that next turn, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. Normally he would do a whole bunch of damage. Now, the question is, I'm not sure if I have to take the defense away or if I just use hard. I think the damage happens to the defense. So 2 of it goes to the defense, so we'll say it was that 2. And the rest would be done to him normally, but he has hardy, so it just takes 1 damage. Boop. But remember, Tantrum, when he takes damage, for each damage, it upticks his rage. So he is going to get triggered pretty quick. Right? So there we go. So that takes care of him. Then we have our distance gentleman here in the back, our orc scout. Now that is ranged and he targets the weakest, which is going to be, unfortunately, Nugget. And he's going to target Nugget with 1, 2, 3, 4 dice. Okay. Oh my god. 2, 4, 6. And there's absolutely nothing that I can do about that. I don't have any kind of skills. I don't have any kind of... I didn't have a way to up his initiative. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. It is exhausted, technically. And the initiative, boom, comes out. 1, 2 for the purple. Cannot get in close enough. And then now the yellow goes. Now he's got 1 attack and 1 defense. And then he's got another 3 attack from all the other guys that are out there. So we're going to roll that damage up. Alright. 3, 4, 5, and he's got 1 defense. So that's 1. Yeah, that's 2.0, definitely. So Tantrum takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Yikes. That was just the first round. Round number 2. Tantrum goes first. He's got to attack this guy. Well, he might as well go ahead and put the poison on just in case. I think I'm going to go ahead and roll the disabled die. He'll roll 2 attack die. That's his normal 4 dice, and then he gets his 1 free defense. Probably at this point, this is completely academic. Okay, so that's 2 poison armor. That's the best poison armor I can get. The disabled die does go on there. I've got 2 bones and 1 damage, which will take away the defense dice. So knowing that most likely I am going to die next turn, I think I'm going to use 2 bones to calm down and go from rage 2.0 to rage 1.8, and then I'm going to use that rage die to execute this this baddie. So we'll put him over here for now. And I know that that's not really going to fix anything, but what it does do is it does increase my body count to 1. Yeah. Alright, so now number 4 goes, and this happens to the start of his next turn, so the taunt would come off. He doesn't have taunt, he doesn't have rating because he has these disabled die, so he's only he's only a 3 attack, 2 defense, that's all. Okay, and there's 2 defense and a total of 3 attack, which is more than enough to take out Tantrum. Yikes. So, that quick, the encounter is over, and we lost. Now, these baddies were not defeated, okay? So what happens is they will go to the back of the respective stacks, and I usually do them in the order that they came out, okay? So they're going to go back to their stacks, and we'll reset the board right quick. And wow, that, guys, I don't know how we were expected to win that, honestly. If you had more defense, maybe you could do that. If Nugget had got some defense, maybe. But realistically, I don't know. I didn't really see a way to win that. Franz, I will say this, that was a good plan, and if Nugget had went earlier and been able to stick it out, we might could have done something. Possibly if Patches had gone, if I had Patches here and we were doing either like Tantrum and Patches or Tantrum, Nugget and Patches, maybe Patches could have thrown some heals at this point. I don't know, but that was just super brutal. So yeah, that was not good. So we'll take this card to the side. We are at the end of the day. We did not complete the encounter, so we don't get any of the loot. We trade loot in the party. I'm not against the loot. But I am going to go ahead and use the skinning knife and use this one enemy we defeated. Going to put it on there. It says, before drawing your next encounter, place a defeated baddie from your most recent battle onto this card. Any baddies of that type appearing in your next battle are surprised. Now, I'm assuming Hopefully I'm correct. It says type. Actually, I'm going to just verify and see if I can find out if type means like orc, or if type means like the symbol itself, right? Because the symbol, you may have something that's got that same symbol, although the orcs are probably not a good example of that, but like for instance, clay golem, right? That is a bog type creature. So if the type was golem, then there might be several you could get rid of. But if it's bog type, then that makes a huge difference. So I'm gonna see if I can find that right quick before we move on, because I want to make sure that I get that correct. Definitely want to get that correct. Okay, guys, so I looked in the rule book on page 15 of the rule book, where it's showing the anatomy of the chip, right, for the baddies. It specifically says creature type on the label for the symbol, like this symbol right here. So that's what I'm going with. If that's incorrect, then let me know, and let me know where you found that out. Because based on what the rule book says, and I have the most updated rule book as far as I know, that any orcs that come out, I will be able to have a surprise on them. So, trade loot. Let's get back to the recovery. Trade loot. I don't want to trade loot. Make lockpicking attempt. There is none. Individual options. Well, nobody has any health, so there's really not much of a choice there. Everybody's getting healed up.